Hi friends, my name's Jen and today I'm going to guide you through a yoga practice where we focus on the back. We'll be stretching and strengthening the upper, mid, and lower back today. If you have any injuries, please be mindful of your body. Always back out as needed, listen to the feedback your body's giving you, and make this your own practice. So we're going to get started in a comfortable seat today. If you tend to have low back pain or tight hips, it might feel good to prop your hips up and sit on a cushion or a blanket. You can sit in any comfortable seat, cross-legged or maybe sitting on your heels. And then do sit up nice and tall, relaxing those shoulder blades down the back. You can face your palms somewhere down on your thighs for a little bit more grounding, or maybe up to be a little bit more receptive today. As you're ready, close off your eyes. Start to concentrate on your breath, lengthening out the inhales and exhales. Take a breath in through the nose and release it out of the mouth. One more, this time as you breathe in, lift those shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, release the shoulders, release the breath. One more, expansive, full breath in. Audible exhale. Reseal the lips, breathe in through the nose and back out of the nose. Constricting through the throat, creating an ocean-like sound. Long breaths in and long breaths out. Just communicating to the body it's time to relax, letting go of any tension in your face, your neck, shoulders. You can gather your hands together at heart center, palms touching, Anjali Mudra. Just take this moment to connect with an intention for this practice. I might offer the intention of just simply observing, not labeling things as good or bad, just taking it all as feedback from your body. Being present to what is, using your breath to stay mindful and in your body. And release your hands back down to your thighs. Option to open up your eyes. Kind of interlace the hands behind our back. Interlace those hands and then take the hands over to your right hip. Hug that right elbow back towards your body, towards the back of the mat actually, in towards your body. And then release your left ear over to left shoulder. So you're going to get a nice neck stretch here. You can feel free to nod the head. Yes and no. Maybe even closing off the eyes again. And release chin to your chest. Bring those hands back down the center. And then over to that left hip. We're going to then hug the left elbow back towards your body, behind the edge of your yoga mat. And then release your right over to your right shoulder. You can close off those eyes once again and just nod the head. And release those hands back behind you, level off the gaze. And we're going to come to tabletop position, hands and knees. So knees are underneath the hips. You can leave the toes tucked under for a little bit more balance and stability, or flatten out the feet. We're going to take puppy pose. So you can start to crawl those hands forward, melt the chest down towards the mat. So we can bring the forehead to the mat. It might feel okay in your body to bring the chin to the mat. Just be mindful of your neck and what's going on in your body. See which feels better to you. This is a deep chest, shoulder opener. Nice upper back bend. Notice if you're feeling any pinching in the shoulders, please back out. Long, full breaths. Melt that chest towards the mat. Two more breaths. Start to crawl those hands back underneath your shoulders. Take a counter stretch, cat stretch. Press into the mat, round and tuck your chin. And then inhale, drop your belly, cow pose. Gaze up. Exhale, tuck, round, press the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, open the heart. One more time. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, cow pose. And then find that neutral tabletop. And come into downward dog. Plant those hands about a handprint forward. Fingertips are really spread. Lift those hips up, pedal out the feet. Start to explore this shape. Explore how your body feels today. Just taking in the feedback. Might feel a little stronger, maybe a little weaker, maybe looser or tighter. Just noticing where your body's at today. It's not good or bad. As you're ready, we'll settle into some stillness here. Press into your hands, especially the pointer finger and thumb. Roll your triceps in towards one another. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Our spine is long. It might help to bend through the knees a bit. Eventually working towards straightening out those legs. Breathe. Curl those hands back towards your feet. We're going to bend into the knees, grab opposite elbows, take a ragdoll. You can let your belly touch your thighs and just really let go here. Nice release for the low back. You can shift your weight a little bit forward into the balls of your feet and just play with swaying side to side, releasing the low back. Could feel good to shake out your head a bit here. Just really let the head be heavy. And straighten out through the legs. Release your hands down towards the mat. Head is heavy. Neck is an extension of the spine, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, bring your hands to your shins, gazes forward. Pause for the exhale. Take a couple more breaths, pressing those thighs back, lifting the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach those arms up towards the sky. Option to even gaze up. Shift those hip forwards, bend into the elbows, cactus the arms, mini back bend. Inhale, stretch the fingertips high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, plant your hands, walk forward, plank pose. top of a push-up. Now we can stay here or drop to the knees. Check in with your body. What does it need today? A little less, drop to your knees. A little more, leave the knees lifted. I'm going to create a little bit of heat here, holding the plank pose. You can press the mat away from you, so you're creating a little bit of a micro cat in the upper back. Belly is on, belly presses to spine, thighs are on, kneecaps lifted. Soft through the face, breathe. Shift your shoulders slightly forward of your wrists and then lower all the way onto your belly. Untuck those toes one at a time, shoulder blades down your back, lift the chest, cobra pose, little baby cobra. Peeling to that upper back, using the muscles, lighten the fingers. And exhale, tap the forehead. This time, inhale, come up a little bit higher, taking a little bit of a medium back bend, cobra pose. Exhale, lower, tap the forehead. Press all 10 toes into the mat. Legs are on. Inhale, fullest cobra. Breathe out. As we take a breath in through the nose, breath out of the nose. You can dip that right shoulder, gaze underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip the left shoulder, look under the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip the right shoulder, look under the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, dip the left, look under the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Press it through plank pose and then back to downward facing dog. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the right heel high. Keeping those hips square at first, just lift that heel a little higher, engage the glutes. And then we can bend into the knees, stack the hips, create a little bit of opening. Option to create some circles if you'd like. And square off the dog, three-legged dog, right heel lifts up the inhale. Option to add some core, right knee to right tricep, give it a tap. Inhale, stretch the heel high. Exhale, across your body, tap the left elbow. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck here, and then lightly step the heel through first between your hands. Back knee drops. You can untuck the toes, reach those arms up, low lunge. Now we want to be active through the legs rather than just dumping and getting that left hip flexor stretch. It's an active stretch. So sort of like you're scrunching the mat together underneath you. Drag the right heel back, left knee forward. Option to roll out the wrists a bit. Give them a little love. Find something to focus in on front of you, and then we're going to lift up that back knee, coming to high lunge. Nice long stance. You might wiggle those toes back a little bit. Left heel is lifted above the ball of the foot. Lunge nice and deeply into that right knee, so it's tracing over the heel, not going past it. Bring those arms out in front of you, cross that left arm over the right, and then we can just simply grab for opposite shoulders. If you like to go for eagle bind, you can bring the backs of the arms towards one another and then maybe wrapping through the hands so the palms touch. Finding your focal point, something to focus on. We're going to get light on that back foot. Step that left foot forward. Coming to eagle arms, mountain pose. Then from here, starting to cross that left leg over the right. We can create just a little kickstand with that left foot. Or if you'd like, possibly start to wrap that left foot around the right ankle. Lifting through the elbows, allowing the shoulder blades to part. Sit a little bit deeper, squeeze everything in. Little lower. Inhale, unwind, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Lock those feet about hip width distance. You can bend into your knees. Use your peace finger and thumb to grab a hold of each big toe. From here, you can start to straighten out through the legs. Hinge forward. Elbows drop out to the sides. Notice if your shoulders are up towards your ears, relax those shoulder blades down your back, up towards the sky. Breathe. Two more breaths. Release those toes. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Take an optional vinyasa here. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in through your nose. And release it out of your mouth. Step your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, stretch the left heel high. First, squaring off those hips, engaging the glutes. Three-legged dog. You can bend into that left knee, stack the hips, open up through the hip a bit. Make some circles. Okay, square off those hips, three-legged dog, lift the left heel high. Optional core, left knee to left tricep, give it a tap. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, give it a tap. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to nose, and then lightly step that heel through. Right knee drops, arms reach up, low lunge. Once again, we're active through the legs here. We're not just dumping, stretching that right hip flexor. So sort of like you're scrunching the mat up in between your front foot and your back knee, active through the legs. Option to roll out those wrists once again. All right, steadying off your balance, focus on something in front of you, and then lift that back knee up, high lunge. So it's a nice long stance. You might wiggle those toes back if you need to. Right heel is lifted above the ball of the foot, and then a nice deep lunge forward so that your left knee is over the ankle, not past it. Stretch those arms in front of you. This time, right arm crosses over the left. Option to just grab opposite shoulders. Or you may go for eagle bind. First, bringing the backs of the arms towards one another. Maybe crossing at the wrists, bringing the palms to kiss. Allowing yourself to steady on something in front of you. Focus your gaze. Get light on that back foot and step it forward. One leg Tadasana, eagle arms. So we'll start to go into eagle pose, cross the right leg over the left. We can just create that kickstand. Maybe drop the right toes down to the mat, or you might even start to wrap those right toes around the left ankle. Lift the elbows up, feel those shoulder blades part. Sit a little deeper, squeeze everything in. Soft face, steady breath. Inhale, unwind, reach those arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, optional vinyasa, or just meet in downward dog. Breath in through your nose. Release it out of your mouth. Moving into some strengthening postures. Shift forward to plank pose. Once again, option to drop to your knees if needed. We're going to take forearm plank. So drop to the left forearm, then the right forearm. Level off those hips. Squeeze the core. Relax the face. Notice if your hips are quite lifted. Bring them on down. Possibly add a smile to your face. We'll be here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips, Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath your shoulders. You can pick up your feet and set them back down on the mat, all 10 toenails touching the mat. And like you're isometrically pulling the mat towards you. Open the chest, peel that upper back open. It's about 90 degrees here today as I'm filming. So I'm a little sweaty here. I hope you're building some heat as well. Feel free to turn the head, look over the right shoulder, stretching into the neck, and then moving back to center, and then looking over the left. Coming back through center. We're going to move back into forearm plank. So lift those hips up and really press those hands into the mat. Spread through the fingertips, starting to walk those feet in towards the arms, dolphin pose. So you can bring a little bit of a bend into the knees. Press those forearms, those hands into the mat. Keep those shoulder blades on the back. Shoulders are away from the ears. Spine is long. Use your breath. All right, downward, or let's take child's pose. Take the knees out wide, set those hips back, stretch the arms forward. Why not? Let's take a little break. You can sway a little side to side. Massaging your third eye, that space between your eyebrows. You can walk those hands underneath your shoulder, and we'll just thread the needle. Left shoulder blade can come to the mat, right arm stretches forward. Breath in through your nose. Audible, open mouth, exhale, release. Walk those hands back towards your body, and we'll thread the needle. Right shoulder blade comes down to the mat. Left arm stretches forward. Breath in through your nose. Feel your belly expand on your thighs. Open mouth, exhale, release. All right, bring those hands back underneath your body. And we'll just walk forward back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. We're going to take them wider than hip width distance. Heels come in, toes go out. Have a squat, Malasana, garland pose. Hands come together at heart center. Forearms are parallel with the mat. And use those elbows to really open up through the chest, spine nice and long. Maybe close off those eyes, connecting back into that intention, your purpose, your practice. Okay, place those hands on the mat, lift the hips up a little bit so you can step your left foot back. And then drop the knee, start to walk your right foot across the mat. We're going to drop the right knee behind the right wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. First, you can just walk those hands back towards you, sit up nice and tall. Maybe even pick that left knee up and walk it back a bit, enhance that hip stretch. Grow the spine long and then crawl yourself forward. You can cross the forearms, create a bit of a pillow for yourself. Long breaths. And start to lift your torso up, walk those hands back underneath your shoulders. Sweep the right leg high, and then back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet a bit if you'd like. And walk your feet towards the front of the mat, bend into those knees. Feet come out wide, heels in towards one another. Yogi squat, Malasana, garland pose. Hands meet at heart center. Lift up through the chest. And hands can come underneath you. Lift up those hips a bit. Step the right foot back. Knee comes down. And then start to walk your left foot over towards the right edge of your mat so your left knee can drop behind that left wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. First, sitting up nice and tall, and you can look behind your right shoulder, pick up that knee, walk it back a bit, enhance the stretch. Nice long spine. And then crawl yourself forward. Create a little bit of a pillow for yourself. Relax into the posture as much as you can. It might feel a little intense. If that's the case, no judgment. Just use the breath to stay present. Okay, we'll start to lift up through the torso. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Sweep that left leg back, eventually coming to downward dog. Pedal it out. This is our last downward dog of the practice, just checking in. How do you feel? And drop those knees down to the mat. Swing your feet out towards the side and have a seat. We're going to meet on our backs. You can just lay back on your back. Feet can come on in towards your buttocks, about hip width distance. You might see if you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And then roll those biceps out so you can walk the shoulder blades together, puff up the chest. Lift up through the hips, bridge pose. You can interlace your hands underneath you. Drive through the heels, through the backs of the arms. Strengthening that low back, mid back. Breathe. Maybe assessing if you can lift the hips up just a little higher. And lower those hips, unclasp the hands. Take a few neutral breaths, neutral spine. We'll end with a twist. You can pick up your hips and move them a little over to the right. You can extend that left leg long, hug the right knee in towards your chest. And guide the knee across your body. Open up to the right. Close off your eyes. Let go of controlling your breath. Let your body take over. Just enjoying this full spinal twist. Unwind, come on back to center. Pick up your hips, move them a little over to the left, and then stretch your right leg long. Left knee hugs in towards your chest. Guide that knee across your body. Open up, twist to the left. Close off your eyes. Just let yourself settle down from practice. Unwind, come on back to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. We'll just sway a little side to side. You can make some circles, massage your low back a bit. Just giving a little more love to the low back. As you're ready, we'll just move into Shavasana. You can stretch the legs long, let your feet fall open, arms are beside you, palms face up, shuffle those shoulders together and lift up through the heart. Close off your eyes. Just feel yourself fully releasing into the yoga mat. Relax through the face, the jaw. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Relax your upper body, your torso, your lower body. Shavasana. Option to pause the video and take a longer Shavasana. If you're ready, go ahead and start to wiggle those fingers and toes and wake up your body. Stretch those arms long, roll out the wrists and the ankles. Eventually gathering one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Offering gratitude to your body for all of its feedback, whether we label it as good or bad. Just letting that go and just taking it in as feedback, letting us know what it is we need. And if you came to this back practice for a little bit of relief, offering yourself gratitude for carving out this time to take care of your body. And roll over to your favorite side. Press yourself on up to a seat as you're ready. Palms together, heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just taking note of how this practice served you. Bring the thumbs to your third eye center, the space between your eyes for peaceful thoughts. Down to your mouth for kind words, and back to your heart for love and gratitude. Namaste. Thanks.